Coming up, Lady Liberty's head just got heavier with the weight of obese tourists. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Is China afraid of a fat cat? And no, we're not talking corporate greed. And a 200-year-old founding father mystery solved, with Nick Cage and his hair plugs nowhere in sight. All this and more. This is The News Show. Hello and welcome to The News Show. I'm Artie Sequeira. This week brought to you by Unibrew Terrible. Viking thinking naming, Belgian style deliciousness. Unibrew Terrible. Our top story, US troops officially withdrew from Iraq's city centers, including Baghdad this week. They handed over control to Iraqi forces. The day was celebrated as a national holiday and a hallmark of new Iraqi independence. Sadly, the day's festivities were marred by a car bombing in downtown Baghdad. Happily, the car bomb was filled with whipped cream. Sadly, Iraqi civilians hit by the bomb's contents were lactose intolerant. Happily, a Kurdish clown troupe was also on the scene and many thought it was a circus stunt. Sadly, whipped cream in the face is a sign of aggression to Kurdish clowns, and a subsequent Shiite-Kurd clown war began. Happily, 2 other car bombs went off shortly thereafter, killing the 63 clowns inside, which ended the war for lack of eligible participants. Sadly, non-clown combatants remain armed and irritable. Happily, they're no longer American. The Statue of Liberty is once again free. The viewing platform in the crown of Lady Liberty reopened this week in time for 4th of July celebrations. The crown has been closed since the 9/11 attacks in 2001. Thank goodness it only took 8 fricking years for Liberty to start using her head again. Sarah Palin, the former vice presidential candidate, is resigning from her position as governor of Alaska. The move is fueling speculation of a possible run at the White House in 2012. Palin says she hopes to spend the time off with her family, reading magazines and maybe jogging over to visit her neighbors in Russia.
Not bad, meaning bad, but bad, meaning good. There it is.
The Chinese government has postponed a plan that requires all personal computers to run blocking software Green Dam. The idea met with international mockery, especially when recent tests of the software blocked images of subjects as varied as Johnny Depp, Garfield, and roast pork. Although admittedly, Garfield is dangerous to public moral good, especially in his treatment of Odie. Federal officials in Idaho have nixed an eradication program designed to halve the number of pelicans in the state. The program, enacted to protect sport fishing populations, heads back to the drawing board, and in a related story, stock in Alka-Seltzer fell sharply. Global warming continues to influence the world in new and unpredictable ways. The latest, Scottish sheep are shrinking. Researchers in the UK have discovered that sheep in Scotland are 5% smaller than they were in 1985. That may affect the wool industry, but it's being seen as a boon by many Scottish farmers as they find them quite bonny old slim like that. And now a word from our sponsor, Unibrew Terrible.
Black magic.
This week, Wimbledon finally conceded to English weather. This year's edition of the annual tennis tourney saw the use of a newly installed roof, thwarting what was nearly 90 years of sporadic rain delays at centre court. However, insiders suggest it has less to do with keeping weather out as keeping sound in, especially the grunts and squeals of Sharapova, Williams, and De Brito. A more than 200-year-old cipher in the correspondence of Thomas Jefferson has finally been broken. Lawrence Smithline, a 36-year-old mathematician and professional cryptologist, broke the code this week. And the message hidden within? Man, have you noticed how hot slave chicks are? So hot. In celebrity news, Michael Jackson, Propofol, Michael Jackson Memorial, Michael Jackson, Will Michael Jackson Kids, Michael Jackson Surrogate, Michael Jackson Dead, Michael Jackson King of Pop. And that's all for the news show. I'm Artie Sequeira, and remember, good fences make good neighbours, especially if they have the pointy bits to put the heads of our bad neighbours on as a warning. See you next week.